vou dizer a tu, fera. Tá legal não, isso aí não. Não tá mesmo, não tá coisa assim, apocalipse.
Hey there, welcome back. I had such a great time playing Dungeons and Dragons with you last time. I'm glad you've decided to come back for more. Katra and Vair had some wild adventures together, but you didn't get to hear the full story. Those two had lots of adventures before their final battle to save the material plane.
Sua mãe tá sabendo que você gosta de rapazes?
Como dizia o filósofo Piton, tudo na vida depende do quanto você quer comer alguém. Você trabalha pra comer alguém. Você estuda pra comer alguém. Você usa droga pra comer alguém. Você malha, toma veneno, faz a toda pra comer alguém. Você faz doação. Caridade, posta a foto da caridade que você fez no Instagram, no Face, pra mim olhar, ó, ele é caridoso, ele tem pensamento social, tá com alguém, tudo na vida tem a intenção de alguém, a quantidade de vontade que você quer esfolar uma então não vem com essa de que eu sou beneficente, eu sou amigo da comunidade. Você não é amigo de nenhum, você quer alguém, rapaz. Você quer...
Yes, I almost forgot. Before you head off to Icewind Dale, there is a favor I would like to ask of you. There's a magical artifact that might as well be a physical representation of chaos and probability, known colloquially as the Deck of Many Things. I've been experimenting with chaos magic for the past year or 3, and the Deck of Many Things has been integral to my research. Unfortunately, the problem with chaos magic is that it is, well, chaotic. My investigations have been rather fruitful, but one of my experiments may have gone a little, unexpectedly. Now the deck has been scattered all around the Sword Coast, even up to Icewind Dale. I cannot make the trip myself. I have too many responsibilities here, but if you can collect the cards for me, then we can both benefit from whatever magics I uncover in my work. Fortunately, I had the foresight to place tracking spells on each card, partly to see where the cards go after someone draws one. Unfortunately, the tracking is imprecise, so I can only point you in the right direction. That being said, each card is a magical artifact in its own right, and is likely to have attracted some attention. Simply asking around and helping out the locals as you go could be a good way of finding the missing cards. Just don't try to reorganize them. Strange things could happen if you do, ranging from the inconvenience to the levels of horror that are reserved for nightmares and particularly bad advertisements. As a note, though, chaos magic is related to the energies of the outer planes. In other words, this research could be useful in finding out exactly what that masked mage with his little army of eldritch horrors intends to do. Might even help you find and unravel his body. Just food for thought. Have fun roughing it in the wilds.
Katra, the Deck of Many Things is one of the most legendarily powerful artifacts in all the realms.
I gathered.
What does it actually do?
The deck of many things is a set of cards
Calma,
like those
chocolate
you find in a set of playing
Eu não quero que
cards.
você
And
derreta.
each card carries with it a powerful magical effect.
Calma,
Using it is
chocolate
always risky. Some effects can be advantageous,
chocolate
but others disastrous. You know exactly what the possibilities of its use are, but it is powerful enough to cause untold chaos in the wrong hands. At the same time, in the right hands it could be the deciding factor in turning the tides of war. We must secure all the missing cards, as much as it pains me to do the bidding of Besserai.
Yikes. I guess we better get going now. You again. I can't say I approve of Sage Thesserai's decision to make a deal. Makes upholding the law difficult if people think they can just make an agreeable exchange after they commit a crime. Still, perhaps we can get some use out of you.
You're going to keep giving me the stink eye whenever I pass by if I don't help you, so...
Before you illegally entered the city, you might have noticed the small mist-shrouded island near Candle Cape. I need you to go there and lift the curse that keeps it perpetual. The lighthouse there is entirely obscured, and we need it visible, lest This is bad for commerce and an unacceptable hazard. Will you do it?
And what do I get out of this? Your goodwill?
Yes, plus payment. I do not expect you to risk your life for free, or work at all for free, unless it is to address your...
I'll look into this for you, but I'm not making any promises.
That is fine.
don't like turning away.
Plenty of rumors around here. But if you're looking for work, there's apparently a pack of kobolds farther up the coast, living in a shipwreck there and have been pilfering food, tools, and anything else they can get their hands on from the locals. I got a collection going to give to whoever chases them off.
Yeah, I can just chase them off. I don't have to kill them.
And haven't actually harmed.
Nossa!
affairs in order. Seems like half the people I take over there for her never make the return trip.
Yeah, she said something along those lines too.
Good, your funeral. Well, come on then. I'll play the part of ferryman to the afterlife again, it seems.
People into danger, usually to run a ship ashore so that it can eat whomever falls in the water. Keep an eye out. They are devious, but not too dangerous in a fight.
Over hillways, up and down, myrtle green and bracken brown, past the shilling through the town, all for sake of Mari. Slip-a-gilly on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe, on and on we go, off to Mari's wedding. Went to Harry, Hetty, Neil, Hetty, Pete, to Phil, Hetty, went to Ronnie, Vance, to Phil, that's the for Mari.
These skeletons are still wearing what's left of their armor.
They must be what is left of some of our predecessors. I cannot tell whether these were avowed soldiers or mercenaries like us.
Like us? I'm not a mercenary.
You agreed to payment from someone you do not owe allegiance to in exchange for risking your life. That makes you a mercenary, especially considering how you are now killing monsters to secure that payment.
That's... okay, that's fair.
It is nothing to be ashamed of.
How is that sound supposed to lure anyone? It makes me want to run the other way.
Indeed. Perhaps not a siren, but something else. Look at that wall. Something happened there where that frame hangs.
Indeed, there is a simple frame here. Looking at this frame, you cannot tell what used to be within. Whatever...
Don't like the sound of that.
Nor I. Be careful, child. That is no siren we hear. Arturo, that is a banshee! Block your ears, lest its wail kill you!
It can kill me just by screaming?
Stop! Please. I am sorry. I shall not try to hurt you again. My mind is not entirely my own, and I was right.
You were frightened. You tried to kill me.
I am sorry. I have been in this state for some time, and it feels like my thoughts become a bit more chaotic and nonsensical with every day. New people surprise me and upset me, especially after some tried to destroy me, and I have been alone for so long.
Who are you? Are you why this fog is always in place? Why won't you let anyone light the lighthouse?
My name is Cylindra. When I was alive, I had a vision for the city. A way to better it. But the sages were not willing to surrender the power they so cherish. I was sentenced by the petty and jealous men who rule Candlekeep to be this lighthouse's keeper for the rest of my days. One night, though, a ship appeared and grazed this island's rocky shore. I watched it happen, looking for any sign of why the crew did not steer away. But instead of men on the decks, I saw rats. Thousands of them. Many fled from the ship and onto the island, swimming to shore before swarming the tower. I locked the doors and heard them scratching and biting at the wood and trying to climb the walls. There was no way out, and I could only sit and listen. Eventually, I died, and my spirit was bound here by the horror that I had experienced. I cannot leave and am forced to relive those memories every day. It is driving me mad.
Do you know how we could bring you peace? Send you to the afterlife?
No, but I do know how you can free me from this island. There is a circle of stones in the woods where druids sometimes meet to worship and conduct rituals. There is strong magic in that place, and if you burn my bones on the altar along with a symbol of the event that so cursed me, my spirit will be lifted into the air with the smoke and ash, setting me free from my prison. I will be able to wander the world and leave those terrible memories behind.
What do you mean by a symbol? Any idea what we could use?
The ship that brought the rats here washed ashore nearby. That vessel was the architect of my death and will provide the means of my freedom. Find something unique to the ship, something that shows its identity, like the boards where its name is painted, for example.
All right, then. I'll help you.
Thank you. Truly, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Here. I will feel when the deed is done, and both the fog and I shall depart the moment it is, never to return. Farewell.
Child, I would be careful of that one. Banshees are not your average ghost or lost soul. The stories I have heard are far from flattering. As far as I know, they are always elf women who have been punished for some misdeed. You may want to ask Thesserai about why she was imprisoned here before deciding to loose her upon the world. As one of the city's sages, he likely knows what happened.
I'll think about it.
Surprised to see you still alive.
There, that figurehead on the ship will do perfectly for dealing with the Banshee, Selindra.
Human! What do human want?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Wipe out? No,
We know, leave. Dragon not show us the way, and big furry man kill us if we leave.
Big furry man? They're keeping you from leaving?
Yes, make us steal, take pretty things to him. We tried to leave, he'd squash us flat. We no have pretty things in our sixes. He made very flat.
What if I took care of this furry guy for you?
Maybe.
And where would I find him?
In cave. Lots of tunnels. Think people make it, but no people now.
I do remember something about a mine being around here. Perhaps that is what he refers to.
All right, then. I'll be back once he's...
One way, Dave. Go, shoot. Great shiny one. Speak lots, and maybe help us be gooder.